name is Art Giser. He is the founder of Energetic NLP. He helps people connect with the magic in their lives. And he is someone that has really been working to help people understand kind of the magic within. And so, Art, would love for you to share a little bit more about energetic NLP is for those that may not be familiar, and what inspired you to go down the path that you've gone down with the work that you do, the videos that you've created, and the community that you've really garnered.
Well, thank you. There's really a lovely group energy here and from our speakers, and let's make it even better. So energy follows your thought and intentions, and let's imagine we're in a giant gold ball of energy, and that includes our live streamers. Well, thank you. And again, and people make energy work way too difficult. So let's just imagine we're in this space, and let's put a magnet up above the building. Let it clear any energies out of here that aren't for our really helping us. It's not that they're bad or wrong, but let's just let any energies go that aren't really moving us forward in life. And then just pretend all these beautiful colored energies are coming in that will help all of us, a whole symphony of energies, and whatever's important in your life, and clearing what blocks you and helping you move forward in your manifestation. So just, and don't try to do it right. The key to all this is imagination. If you were 5 years old and I said, fill this room with sparkling gold energy, I'd have to put sunglasses on. You wouldn't go, she's doing it better than I am, or am I doing it right? So just pretend you know how to do it, and a lot of you do, but just fill the room with beautiful energies and really let that divine love come in. There really is infinite divine love, and a good friend of mine once said, I just realized I have a belief there's only so much infinite divine love to go around. Well, there's actually infinite divine love. So just pretend you're absorbing it.
I love that. You talked about the gold glitter, and I was like, oh, glitter everywhere,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I love glitter. And, you know, we're here, Marie Diamond is here. She's talking about your home is a vision board, but really the space around us,
Yeah.
and how, whether or not we're aware of it, the spaces that we're in are impacting us. So I'm kind of curious for you, Art, over time, how have you seen the space around you kind of evolve? And what impact do you think it's had on your life?
Incredible question, and it's so huge. I'm trying to think how to even answer it. One of my teachers years ago, when you realize the space around you isn't empty, it changes everything. When you realize you're always in an energy environment. So just as we're surrounded by air, if there's pollutants in the air, some of them we notice, some of them we don't, and some of the worst ones we don't notice. In the same way, there's all kinds of energies around us all the time. And when you realize that you have agency, that you can change the energy environment you're in. And I'm really curious to hear more about Marie's methods for doing that. And it can be as simple as when you go home, imagine a magnet outside your house, and just give your spirit permission to clear the energies out that aren't helpful. And I would really highly suggest you don't go, negative energies be gone, or any of that. Because as soon as you do that, you're getting into judgment, you get into resistance. And you all know what you resist.
Persist.
Thank you. And what we say in energetic NLP is it's either your energy or it's not. If it's not your energy, it's either helpful or it's not. If it is your energy, it either belongs in present time or it doesn't. So we do a lot of work on, and I loved what Tiffany was saying, because so often people go, oh, I had this intuition. If you look at their energy, it's like, that's not even your energy. That's somebody else's thought in your space. And in fact, if I, do you mind me just riffing off this?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm sorry. Any emotional state that you have, you either have too often, like you're anxious a lot, or you're angry a lot, or you're depressed, or whatever it is, any emotion you have too often, or you don't respond to it well, it's not your energy. Other people's emotional energies are stuck in your energy field. There are energies from your ancestors, from everybody in your life, particularly the kind of people who'd be listening to this and are attracted to the kind of work that Marie does, and I do, and Tiffany and Donna, that we tend to be, we want to help other people, and unconsciously, like, I'm a sponge. Let me absorb all the energies from other people. Any of you relate to what I'm saying? And but what happens, and whether you do that or not, is you want other people's emotional energies. And real simple technique you can do. It's not the whole story, but it really helps if you in an emotional state, and when you're not trying to suppress it, you're trying to make it authentic. You can handle your authentic emotions. You can absolutely, whether it's grief, rage, any of it. What you can't handle is you're running other people's grief, other people's anger, other people's whatever. And a real simple thing that's very helpful is you just imagine the emotion comes out in front of you and it's like a little ball of energy. And then you ground it to the earth. You give your spirit permission to drain out of it the energy that's not authentic. Well, even before that, say hello to it, acknowledge it, and then just imagine like a waterfall of energy is draining out the inauthentic energy, and then you bring it back in and absorb your authentic emotion. And if you do that about 3 times, you won't necessarily not have the emotion, because that's not the goal, but whatever the emotion it is, it'll either change or you'll be able to go, I can handle it. I mean, I worked with a woman recently who was overwhelmed with grief, and when she did this, she goes, well, I still feel grief, but I can handle it now. It's my grief. It's not my mother's grief and my grandmother's grief and all these energies she absorbed.
Wow. And it can be so subtle, right? You can sometimes you're not even aware of what it is that you're picking up. For everyone that has joined us today and that is listening with us online, what are 2 concepts that you want them to be curious about as they kind of leave hearing from all of the individuals that have joined us today and leave hearing from Marie that's going to be speaking with us in a little bit, that can help them be more aware of the magic that is in their life?
One is that a transformation can be easy and fun. I'm not saying it doesn't take some effort, but everybody thinks they have to understand everything. Like if you know what mom did, dad did, on and on and on. And I'm not saying there isn't some utility to that, but in energetic NLP, you learn to put your spirit with its vast perspective, and you get it to combine with your deep inner human wisdom, with its very practical perspective. When they come together, it forms something we call your miraculous self. And your miraculous self is different than your high self. It's your spirit and your deep inner human wisdom collaborating. Now, you might think they'd automatically collaborate. They don't. It would be nice, but they don't. But the thing is, it's really simple. You can just set the intention you want to form a miraculous self. And then in energetic NLP processes, consciously you set the goal, what your outcome is. You give permission. And this is often the missing thing. Intention is not enough. There isn't automatically permission to receive. So you set your intention, you give permission to receive, and then you let your miraculous self be in charge and let the energies do all the work. And I have a number of meditations are online, they're free, that people can use them to use the energies.
Very, very fascinating. I'm curious, if you had a question for Marie, understanding her work, stemming from The Secret, being on Mind Valley, walking around the world, what would that question be? And how have you maybe already gone about finding the answer to it? Like through connecting with her work?
Yeah, well, synchronistically, I'm remodeling my house. So, in my bedroom, bathroom, like, are down to the studs. So it's like the perfect time to be thinking about this. I live in the hills, and everything's oriented around the views. So everything's south, southwest, or southeast. So I have to figure out, like, do I have to turn my desk to the wall? I will be asking you questions.
I think Marie's compass can help with that.
Yeah, but it's a perfect time because, and I'm determined to get rid of clutter. Yes, I'm on the hook. And so, yeah, I'm really fascinated about what you're going to say tonight, and it's perfect timing for me, particularly when you talk about your home as your vision board. And I've been doing some really deep internal changes lately, and so it's perfect timing for me. So thank you in advance.
I love that. And for you, as you've thought about how you've connected with people, how you've connected with the people that you've worked with, what has been some of the biggest learnings that you've learned through the work that you do with others?
that everybody is an amazing and beautiful spiritual being. They may not be manifesting it, but that's what they are. And,
Right, that's real. I appreciate that honesty.
But it's not about perfection. To me, it's like horseshoes. I love the game of horseshoes because you don't have to get it right. You just have to get closer. So to me, it's like, how can I more and more, and how do my students and my clients manifest who they really are?
Yeah.
And have fun doing it.
So what are the ways, because I've heard you speak about it a lot, that finding the magic or allowing your imagination to kind of soar.
Mm-hmm.
What are the ways in which you found that that's been effective for you? And it's not to say that it will be the same for everyone else, but what are the ways that you've been able to find the magic in your own life?
Well, to me, one of the most important things is to stop trying to get it right. I managed a medical research lab for 11 years. My father was one of the first computer guys. So I've got a very logical part of me. And I always wanted to understand things and figure them out. And there is a saying, understanding is the booby prize of life. And there's a lot of truth to it. And so what I want people to get is, yes, you want to do introspection and everything, but to me, it's like when people talk about chakras. Are there 4 chakras, 7 chakras, 15 chakras, 144 chakras? Do they come out? Do they go up? And I think it's all of that and more. I think we are these incredible multidimensional spiritual beings. Everything about us is multidimensional. And you need to have ways to think about things, but as long as you don't believe they're true and you play with them. So I made up a term, beliefs du jour, like soup du jour. So this is what I believe right now. So to work with your beliefs, but not be attached to them. Because I don't know about you, if somebody told me 10 years from now, Art, you'll believe exactly what you believe now, I would be really depressed. You'd be like, I mean, I didn't learn anything.
Right.
So if you free yourself up to, like, you don't have to get it right, but the more you're guided by your miraculous self, things will just happen.
That's really good. Beliefs du jour. Thank you for that,
Thank you.
Art. I'm definitely going to think about that. Well, it has been such a pleasure having you here with us, and I'm going to re-invite you in just a little bit when we hear from Marie to ask her a couple of questions about the bathroom, right? I can imagine not everyone is remodeling their bathroom right now, but I think everyone, probably spends time in a bathroom and can learn a thing or two. So we'll have to make sure that we ask Marie about that.
And
a
I'm
little
not
bit.
giving up the heated toilet. No matter what you say.
Well, I have to. That is too good. Well, thank you so much, Art. Appreciate it. Thank you. There you go. Okay, and Art does have some of his books here,
Yep.
The Untold Secret to My Transformation, and Art will be here with his book. Woo!